researchers, my Twitter feed never mention these feeding our children these, but in the mentions what rappers ain't worth a mention these getting attention for selling ignorant. I believe in black, then I can see the rap, then I believe in cap, then I agree with cap, I believe in rap, I believe that I'm that.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I got them in they feelings, yeah. Hey, vanilla ice, but I'm iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got Game Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway Week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 4th and 2 situation.
It's not a huge breakaway. If your starting running back finishes the game, whether it gets 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he is going to have the Saints first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of the football.
Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they found last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
And a good
job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Valdez-Scantling in motion left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33. Big time drive, let's go, let's go.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Let's go.
Play fake, Mayfield. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
A first carry for Rachaad White. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
You can score, fellas.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown.
That's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. A first down throw for Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visiting Bucs who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Tampa.
Real. Hey, alert 33. Alert!
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and throw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting it and by him going up and getting it.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. Inside the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This would be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Let's go now. Drill, 52. Cut.
They'll drop to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
First and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
And you look at this Saints defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it?
Kings, Kings, Kings. What's that?
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3.
What's that?
And now Mayfield on the bootleg.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now 2nd and 5.
Regular. Pistol. Done.
Throwing, Mayfield.
this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Alert! Run.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They give up the middle to Akers. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Second down, Mayfield. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Mayfield on first down. Here's White. They set up the screen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
They'll run right side with Mostert.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Stopped and handed a loss by Willie Gay that time.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Second and 14. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Ready?
On play action, they'll throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Okay, right.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on fourth down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Levante David.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout this rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Real. Hey, alert 33.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 33.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Blue striker. Drill green. Steel black. Set go.
They'll look to throw here. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Those incompletions on first and second down has certainly seemed to be a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
In motion left, Godwin. Here's Mayfield. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So not the greatest of first halves for him, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Saints nothing.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Regular. Done.
Mayfield now. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Johnson on the return.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
36-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
2nd and 4. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to...
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka showcasing the pass rush.
A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Bucs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. A great read by the the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020.
Run. Hey, alert! Point it right. Stop.
To throw, Mayfield. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big pickup of 38.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are pouring it on. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he returns this to the 22.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be first and 5.
Point it right.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On second down, Mostert. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 40 yards yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll try the right side here with White. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards that time. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Levante David in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense.
You see what I did there?
He needs better protection, that's for sure. Well, on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the 2nd half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Palmer going in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
In motion left, Godwin.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Javarius Ward.
And the Saints are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Here's 2nd and 8. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
First down, New Orleans.
Here we go.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
97. Ready?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who will control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Levante David. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 39 yards there, a big one.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Mostert. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Mostert. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So how about the season, Charles, if he continues to put together? That's now 25 rushing touchdowns on the year. That's getting into some very rarefied territory.
Yeah, it made you and I do a little extra homework prior to this one in anticipation, because that one moves him past John Riggins with 24. He draws even with Emmitt Smith at 25 in 1995. Next up, Priest Holmes and Sean Alexander with 27. And the guy on top, LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, the Hall of Famer, he had 28 in 2006.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big depth. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So
fix my shit real quick. What you mean you don't know how I'm stepping? What you mean you don't know what I'm repping? I'm killing my hood like they call me the blessing. Back in my side, you gotta come and check in. After when get hectic, don't make me slide up on you, no electric. You hit them like it's Tetris. You felt the way and know you do it texting. Listen, I don't know why they mentioning beef. I don't think no one better than me. You would say what you want, but my steppers don't speak. If I tell them to go, then they stepping on 3 like border chain. That's competitive. Me make it rain in your hood like I weather the streets. My label we good. I'm a